think it's called considered magical. I think it's realism, because I think this should be able to happen. I think because apparently like stages of needs, like when you get to the top, I forgot what it was called.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is that what
yes, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Apparently you can't get up to the top, and by doing this you can get to that.
Hi, I'm Wren.
And hi, I'm Vaashini.
And this is Operation Tomato Meter. And today we're reviewing the wonderful story of Henry Sugar. Henry Sugar is a man who decides to go on this adventure to have magical powers, and he uses them to cheat in gambling.
Yeah.
What do you think? You have some high opinions about
to compare it to like the first movie that we reviewed, Barbie, I think even if it was just 40 minutes, it was way better than Barbie. It like, even though it was a cliche, like moral, like the morals were cliche, like you shouldn't spend money on like selfish needs, you should help other people with it. It's still like the way they did it, the way they like produced it, like the whole like book type, it was so good.
Yeah, the whole thing was like made so it looked like you were actually on a set, and I loved how they like kept in all the stage managers and things like that, or they like showed the imperfections of the set. I thought that was an interesting choice.
No, but I think it worked really well because we don't see that ever in like movies or like.
I think Wes Anderson does that quite a bit.
Like the the jungle part where it was like they really pulled each other, you could see him walking. I feel like it
very
was like
theater-like.
Yes, exactly. It was like a whole different like dynamic that we really see.
And I think also they may have done that because they were claiming, the whole thing was like they're claiming it was a true story, right? And
I think it was.
Okay. Even if it was
impossible,
then it like.
Even if it was like.
I don't know.
Did you like it?
I did like it. I enjoyed it. I got a little bit bored in the middle. But that's because like Wes Anderson movies are not. I'm an action adventure fan, so Wes Anderson movies are a bit slow for me. But I do enjoy like the cinematography and everything. I do like how I found this out only at the end. Like the narrator was supposed to be Roald Dahl. Who wrote the original? Oh, wait. Which I read that book actually.
Wait, was it actually him, or like was he just the guy playing?
No, he's dead.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, he's dead.
No, yeah, and like talking about the characters, you know the way they like, since it was, I forgot his name, but the old guy that was the one that came into the
the one with who could see without his eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you could see like him, like he took off his hair and he took off his wig to transition into one character to another.
Exactly.
And it was like you can see every single change.
Choice. Yeah. There's lots of description in Wes Anderson films I've found. Like the black hair coming out of his ears. And that was there.
Wait, there was black hair coming out of his ears?
Yeah, there was a whole thing on like the doctor was like, I thought it was peculiar that this guy was like that. And you were like, well, is it gonna mean something at the end? But it didn't. It was just like a fun description that showed up.
I feel like even if like it was really short and stuff, it still had a lot of there was a lot of funny moments, and it was like it was a lot of funny moments, and it was really like, for even if you got bored in the middle, I didn't have much expectations. Like I went into it thinking, it's gonna be boring. No, because I was like, it's just like a biography. It seems like it's gonna be like stupid. Yeah, I think like you know what I mean. Like I thought it was gonna be really dumb or like boring. But so I was like bored for the first 5 minutes. But then when the guy came in with like and you could see, I was like, oh wait, this is so like different. So it's like, and then I got into it, and I was like, like I couldn't stop watching until the very end.
Yeah, I think that's also the theater aspect of it helps with that. And also, I just want to point out, my favorite practical effect that they did is when they were floating and they turned the box.
Oh, yes!
And then it looked like, and it was like, that's such an interesting way to do it. It was all practical, for as far as I know, it was all practical.
It's like nothing, like, it made sense. Like, everything made sense. Even if it was like about a guy who like could see through like without eyes. Like, it's just like, I feel like the way they put it, like, it was like not necessarily scientific, but it was like less like magical. It was less like a wonder. It was more like it was really interesting, I guess. And what about Benedict? What's his
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
I think he did good. I mean, it was definitely a different role for him than I've seen in the past. Yeah, I mean,
I think they did him dirty, honestly.
Why?
Because didn't he like get, even if it was like, I expected him to be the star of the whole show. Like I expected him to be there for like honestly the whole thing, because I thought he was Henry Sugar.
He is
Well, yeah, but like, and then he would be like the guy like that's going back in time. But whatever. I think that he should have had more because he only had like 10 minutes maximum.
Well, it was very short. They did a lot of like, why am I blanking on the word?
Transition?
No,
flashback. Oh,
backstory.
Yeah.
They did a lot of backstory,
yeah.
which I think took up a lot of time, more time than I think they could have.
Mm-hmm.
They should have used. They really rushed the last part after he wins all the money, and then he makes like 21 hospitals around the world.
Cause it was like
I wish they went into that.
No, because I feel like they should have progressed on it. Because it was this like one day he was just like throwing money out and like letting random people get it, and then the second an officer came and was like, that's bad. You should be helping people. He was like, oh, yeah. I'm gonna change my entire morals for the next 20 years. I'm gonna change my entire life. Yeah. It was just really like a quick change instead of like.
And then it was like 5 more minutes and the show. The movie was done.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the morals of it was really cliche because I feel like you talk about how he spends money and then realizes that you shouldn't spend money and then he uses it for a good cause.
Yeah.
I feel like.
But also it's about like hard work.
Okay, that's true.
How he spent. It was like 7 years, like perfecting.
Wait, apparently it was amazing. Okay, I feel like maybe any of the like. Personally, I did this, and I feel like the people that's like hurt, like, you know when he gave the instruction. The guy, you know, his name, they call him Yogi, I believe. Was that? The guy that was like.
Oh, I don't remember.
Whatever, him. The guy that was meditating, he gave him instructions, and then as the guy was writing it down, I was like, oh, maybe I could do this. And I was literally sitting there closing my eyes and just thinking about it. No, exactly. I think it was that's not necessarily interactive, but like it was engaging, yeah. And I feel like it was supposed to take 10 to 30 years. On a regular person would take 20 years, and it was amazing how like. This is the only person that's 1 in a billion that could do it in 1 year, you know? And it was just like, I feel like, I don't think I could do it, but like low-key, I think if I do this,
try?
Yes, I might.
We'll update you at the end of the year. What happened?
But I think the only reason he did it is because it changed his life. Like, I don't think this is necessarily a good thing. Because people are like, oh, now he's like, this is like...
Yeah, he got all the enjoyment of like gambling sucked out of him.
And then I feel like the whole year, I feel like it just changed his life. The whole year where he learned about it, the whole year where he was just trying to accomplish something. He already had no one. He had no family. He had no loved ones. He was a loner. He just had money, and he was selfish. He didn't want to give money to anyone. And then the second this year happened, he realized his whole life was just a mistake. Not a mistake. He regretted everything. And this life, like, as he was just in his room, like, just doing this, and he only went out for food and drinks, like, he lost everyone, like, even if he didn't have, like, a significant other and anyone, he just lost every single, like, social interaction, and then he, like, didn't leave his house. It was just, like, depleting, I guess. I feel like it drained me.
So after thinking about that, would you still want to try?
Okay. I feel like as someone who doesn't gamble, like, if I wanted money, like, and if I didn't get a job, like, if I'm not planning on going to college, like, and I just spent because he was already rich, he already knew how to get money, almost, so I feel like he didn't have anything else to do with his life, except do this, like, he had no friends, he had nothing to do, so if he has that time, he might as well take the whole year to do it, he might as well take the whole year to do it, but for me, like, I have like a life, not like
that's okay.
Yeah, like I have a life.
That.
I don't want to like spend my whole life doing this, but and then at the same time, it's uncontrollable. Like some people get it, some people don't. You know, so it's like, and I really spend like 30 years doing it until I get it.
So do you think the like main lesson of the story is what you're saying right now, or is it?
It's that money isn't everything.
I feel like there's lots of
a lot
going on.
Yeah.
So
I think even though like I didn't, sometimes it was just like a little chaotic to me, the way it just went back and forth. I just think
chaotic for a Wes Anderson movie.
Okay,
let's make that clear.
Yeah, it was. I think, in my opinion, I like the way it progressed. Like even though it was really fast at the end, until the ending where it was like, I'm gonna change all my morals. I'm gonna change my whole life.
It could definitely be a full length.
Oh yes. I feel like it would have been so much better.
Interesting that they only released it on Netflix, and like I feel like I've barely gotten any advertising for it. Which, maybe it's like a passion project. I don't know. But
if they had like more, I feel like they use a very little amount of actors, more amount of like, just to put on, to be honest, that makes sense. I feel like if they got like a lot of people, or like Actually, no.
I think it's small.
Yeah,
it
was
feels
very like
homey.
Yeah, cozy. I guess. Yeah,
magical realism.
Magical.
I actually don't know if it would be considered magical realism.
I don't think it's considered magical. I think it's realism because I think this should be able to happen. I think because apparently like the stages of needs, like when you get to the top, I forgot what it was called.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs, is that what
yes Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Apparently you can't get up to the top. Yes, you can't get up to the top. Was it self-actualization?
Yeah.
Until like you can't get up to the top, like only a very, very, very little amount of people get to that. And by doing this, you can get to that. So I feel like this influences people.
But you're taking away all of your like physiological needs at the bottom.
No,
by
but you
not
eat.
Eating.
You have.
He said he. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he didn't eat, but that's not the like he ate.
Acceptance.
Yes.
He was.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh well, but I just think this is such a new concept. Like I haven't like voluntarily watched any movie that was like about just a guy who like can see without his eyes. It was just a very new concept, and like seeing this happen, like it was just like I didn't want to stop watching because I haven't seen this in other movies. Like even though the morals were cliche, like I said, like a lot, the way they put it out and the way they like construction, it was really good in my opinion.
I feel like that's most like Roald Dahl stories,
Yeah.
which is fun. I think more of his. Who's just running?
It was so loud.
I think more of his like lesser known stories should be adapted into. Actually, maybe I don't, because I like reading his books and then just imagining. Let's review. So what do you think? What from 1 to 100?
Okay, I think I gave like Barbie a 61, right? So starting from that, I'm gonna give this a solid 73.
Okay.
I think a lot of people like, I would have never chosen to watch this movie. Like even if it's on Netflix, it wasn't advertised like you said. I would have never volunteered. But since I watched it,
find it on the homepage.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to look it up.
I had to search it up. That's
crazy.
like a lot, especially if it's new. And but since I watched it, I was like, whoa, this was so unexpected. Yeah. My standards were so low, and this like raised it like off the roof. Like I was so happy. It was so interesting. It was so engaging. It was really good.
I, being like not really a Wes Anderson fan, I really enjoyed it. So I was gonna give it an 81 because it surprised me.
Yeah, I would give it.
It surprised me, and I love the practical effects. Yeah. And I thought it was a very clear, concise story. I liked that it wasn't like 2 hours long. Like it's short.
It's like a cute little episode almost. It just kept us interested.
Yeah.
So
all right.
I guess that's it.
Thanks
for watching, and make sure to check out The Classic on all social medias.
And check out our sister podcast at The 27. See you next week. Bye.